My name is Akhilesh. We are meeting here for geography preparation. In today's class, we are going to decode the world climatic region. I use the term decode because there are certain technical things which we understand, then this world climatic region and the characteristic feature is going to become a concept. Otherwise, we have to remember all these points, but if you have the understanding of the concept, the wind movement, the change in the pattern and change in the rainfall, which wind is going to cause rainfall and why the continentality effect is playing role and how it is playing role. So if you have entire understanding of the basic of climatology, which we have discussed earlier, then we can easily decode this world climatic region. In this topic, we are intended to learn about the climate type, what are the reasons behind the kind of climatic condition over there. Apart from it, under such climatic condition, what kind of vegetation you are going to have, the soil you are going to have, agricultural practice, horticulture or other trade and practice which is going to take place. So the socio-economic interlinkings as well as tribes over there and their culture is also the part of this particular topic. So let's begin the topic, and the first and foremost region is going to be equatorial climate or wet equatorial climate. So first one is wet equatorial climate. Wet equatorial climate. So the term equator is there and wet is there. That means there is rainfall that is taking place. And in this climate, you will find the distribution between 0 to 5 degree north and south and extend up to 10 degree, both north and south because of presence of land, and this area is having throughout the year there is a very high temperature, and that is of the range 27 degrees centigrade. Okay, so you will find there is no seasonal variation throughout the year. This temperature remain like this, and due to this high temperature, what happened? There is convectional rise of air taking place. Convectional current is rising, and this convectional current rise up from morning to 4 p.m. And it causes condensation, and there is a vertical extent of cloud formation because of the convectional, what you can say, heating, and this vertical extent of cloud formation start raining after 4 p.m. and you will find massive amount of downpour in this region is going to be the everyday phenomenon. So the temperature is going to be high throughout the year, and there is convectional rainfall. Convectional rainfall is characteristic feature of this region, and this convectional rainfall is also termed as 4 p.m. rain. Although this rainfall taking place throughout the year, but if you see the month of April and month of September or October, so in the month of April and in the month of October, you happen to have more rainfall. So amount of rainfall is going to be highest in these 2 months. Why? A reason has been already discussed, because these are the time of equinoxes. Equinoxes when sun is vertical over equator. Okay, and the sun is vertical over equator, you know that the days are 21st March and 23rd September. So when the sun is vertical over equator on 21st March, so from 21st March, the last March and the April is going to have intensive heating. So maximum rainfall is taking place at the time of equinoxes. In other month, you are going to have rainfall, but specifically this April to October, you are going to have maximum rainfall. Answer has been given why. And there is convectional rainfall, that is what the characteristic feature. And in this area, more than 200 centimeter rainfall takes place, and due to this much rainfall, there is a process of laterization that takes place. You all have idea what is the meaning of laterization and the formation of laterite soil. Laterite soil, and hence you will do plantation agriculture. If you are allowed to do some agriculture, so plantation agriculture can be done because the soil is laterite soil. But the thing is, because of this much high rainfall, this area is going to have very dense forest that is called as rainforest, tropical rainforest, tropical rainforest. And this tropical rainforest has a characteristic feature of very dense canopy of 5 layer. So these canopy are so dense that sometimes sunlight is not able to penetrate, sunlight not able to reach up to the ground. So sunlight not able to reach up to the ground. Hence, in this vegetation, the small herbs and shrubs are absent. Shrubs are not present. And what are the canopy that is present? They include tallest of all tree of a range, let's say 60-meter height, 50-meter height. These are the tree. Then you will find second layer of canopy reaching up to 40-meter height. Fine. Then you have the third layer of canopy reaching up to 20 to 30 meter of height, and fourth layer of canopy reaching to 10 to 15 meter of height. Apart from it, you will find climbers and lianas. Climbers, woody climbers and lianas and epiphytes, they are climbing on the what you can say cylindrical trunk, high trunk of these canopy as well as epiphytes. So you will find climbers, lianas, woody lianas and epiphytes constituting the lower canopy, and you happen to have this kind of strata over there. These canopy are so dense that sometime light is not able to reach up to the land area. Okay. So this is the characteristic feature of this tropical rainforest. Let's find out the distribution and the map associated with tropical rainforest. So it is basically present in, so let me show the map. Near equatorial region, it is present in zero to 10 degree north and south, 0 to 10 degree north and south, in South America, Amazon Basin, Orinoco Basin is known for it. Okay. In Africa, it is well developed in Congo Basin. And in Southeast Asia, you will find Indonesia, Malaysia, and Oceania. Equatorial land masses over here: Java, Sumatra, Borneo, New Guinea, and these islands are going to have this tropical evergreen climate. Tropical evergreen climate. So near equator, if I say tropical evergreen climate, so first thing is what? Near the equator, here you will find Amazon basin. Amazon basin. It is well developed in Amazon basin. Part of Venezuela is also over there, and Central American country is also having this equatorial forest. Then there is Congo basin. Congo basin in Africa. Congo basin in Africa. Then you will find it is well developed in Malayan Peninsula. Malayan Peninsula, Java, Sumatra, Borneo, New Guinea. These are the area where you will find the tropical wet evergreen forest or rainforest. Tropical wet evergreen forest, or you can say rainforest. So tropical wet evergreen forest, or you can say rainforest. This is the area where you will find tropical evergreen forest or rainforest. Okay. So this is what the area, and in this region you happen to have rainfall more than 200 centimeter and convectional rainfall taking place. Convectional rainfall taking place. Specifically, this Amazon forest, it is also called as, this is what Amazon basin. It is also called as selvas forest. Selvas forest. Okay. This is also referred as lungs of the earth. Lungs of the earth. Okay. Here you will find Congo basin. Congo basin. Again, quite dense area. You will find some tribes over there, like in Amazon forest, there is a tribe, Indian tribe, and these Indian tribe are known for their hunting and gathering property, and they collect basically rubber from the rubber as well as other forest produce. Other forest produce like dates, like honey, like tannin, resin, tuber. So forest produce, they are collecting over there, and they are hunter and gatherers. So they have primitive lifestyle. Likewise, you will find in Congo basin, there are pygmies in Congo basin. Pygmies in Congo basin. They live on the hut, in the hut which is made on the tree. Okay. And they are also what you can say, hunter and gatherer. They are also hunter and gatherer. They are also hunter and gatherer. also means collecting this forest produce. And in Malaysia, you will find Orang tribe. You will find Orang tribe over here, Orang, and they are also in their primitive lifestyle. They are living in the rainforest, and by using cane and bamboos, they are making product and they sell this product. This is what the way of economy Orang tribe you'll find in the Indonesia. So these are main tribe in your general study. You should remember this. And if you see the rainforest, it is also present in India, but it is not because of the climatic condition, it is because of the orographic barrier. So you'll find that this rainforest is extended in India, like along Western Ghats, as well as in Eastern Himalaya also, you will find rainforest. But this rainforest in India is not because of the climatic condition, rather it is because of the orographic rainfall in Eastern Himalaya as well as in Western Ghats. These are the area where you will find rainforest, tropical wet evergreen forest in India too. But it is attributed to orographic rainfall over there. So this is what the wet equatorial climate or tropical evergreen climate. Apart from this, you will find the people are doing plantation agriculture over here. Plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture, mainly rubber production. For rubber production, you will find this Amazon, Congo, cocoa production. So Ghana and Nigeria. Are the main producer. Basically, apart from it, this area is also known for other plantation agriculture, but mostly this plantation agriculture brought by European in this region, Europeans, and after the independence of these country, means after Second World War, if you see, this area is not a planned plantation agriculture, and further the area is not going to be well developed transportation system because of the dense forest as well as rainfall. That's why the plantation, specifically this rubber plantation, suffers in this area. Further, lumbering is not possible because of the dense forest as well as non-availability of transportation. That's why these are the natural, what you can say, hurdles which is not allowing this area to be developed. Although you happen to have lot of, what you can say, resources over there, but lack of transportation due to dense forestation, a dense forest area and massive rainfall is not allowing further industrial development. That's why you will find still the primitive kind of lifestyle is going on. Fine. Let's come to the next, what you can say, climatic region, and that is called as tropical maritime climate or tropical monsoon climate. Tropical maritime climate or tropical monsoon climate. Tropical monsoon climate. ठीक है बच्चे? You all have this idea that there is shifting of pressure belt. Shifting of pressure belt takes place. Shifting of pressure belt result seasonal winds. And this seasonal wind is of two types. One is southwest monsoon wind and another one is northeast monsoon wind. And due to these monsoon wind, what happened? This tropical maritime climate is developed up to 20-degree north and south. So where it is developed, let me explain. So once you see the map, you will find it is developed between 10 to 20-degree north and south, 10 to 20-degree north and south. Fine. So this tropical monsoon climate, entire India is under tropical monsoon climate. Indian subcontinent, that is what this area under tropical monsoon climate up to Afghanistan, and apart from it, the southern China and Southeast Asian countries, where you will find well-developed monsoon. Apart from it, you will find this area, Northern Australia is also having well-developed monsoon. So the summer of Australia, that means in December, this area is getting rainfall. Apart from it, this area of Africa, eastern part of Africa over here, and Madagascar is having this rainfall because of shifting of pressure belt, and this is also extended in Central American region. What is difference in Indian, what you can say, monsoon as well as other area? It is well developed in Indian subcontinent as well as Southeast Asian country, but it is not as developed as they are in Northern Hemisphere. So in Northern Hemisphere, it is called as tropical monsoon. It is called as tropical monsoon climate. Tropical monsoon climate. Or you can say true monsoon climate. While in Southern Hemisphere, it is called as tropical maritime climate. Tropical maritime climate. Maritime climate. Okay. Why it is well developed over here? I have discussed it already because of the topography. So what is tropical monsoon climate? There is a distinct season of rainfall. So you happen to have winter, then you have summer, and there is a rainy season, and you will find summer rain by southwest monsoon that accounts for 80% rainfall between June to September. And then in the winter, the northeast monsoon is giving rainfall almost 10 to 15% in the month of, what you can say, from October to January. I'm talking about the northern hemisphere. And just vice versa is taking place in southern hemisphere. In southern hemisphere, maximum rainfall takes place because of the summer monsoon over there. And the summer monsoon in southern hemisphere occurs in the month of December, and winter monsoon occurs in the month of, what you can say, June. So in summer monsoon, this area is going to have 80% of rainfall, and in winter monsoon, the area is going to have less rainfall, that is what, 10 to 15%. But do remember the timing. Fine. In northern hemisphere and in southern hemisphere, tropical monsoon and tropical marine climate. What is the characteristic feature? The average temperature is 27 to 32 degree centigrade in the month of or in summer. So 27 to 32 degree centigrade is a summer temperature. Fine. So in the summer, this kind of temperature is there, and you will find rainfall that is varying from 80 centimeter to 150 centimeter on an average. Because of orographical rainfall, somewhere you will find more than 350 centimeter rainfall also. So this is the area of more than 350 centimeter along Kerala coast, and in Arunachal Pradesh also, this area is going to have massive rainfall. Fine. So you will find this kind of rainfall over there. Apart from these distinct season, we are also going to have autumn as well as spring, and the vegetation is quite characteristic, and that is what deciduous forest. Fine. And deciduous forest, they shed their leaves before the advent of summer. समर के आने से पहले ये अपना लीफ रिलीज कर देते हैं, अपने पेड़ों से पत्तियों को गिरा देते हैं. Okay. For this climate, it is said that no other climate in the world have affected man's way of life as it is affected by the monsoon climate in this particular region. And if you see this area, it is going to harbor the largest population of the world. So it is going to affect huge amount of population over there. Apart from it, you will find well developed agriculture. It is a land of what? All kind of agriculture. Intensive agriculture is going on. Intensive, and there is overloaded agriculture too. Overloaded agriculture. Overload means there is large number of population depending over agriculture. Large population doing agriculture. Okay. And that's why agriculture is less remunerative. So this area is also having poverty laden people. So population density is also going to be high. But yes, this is also the land of rice. Rice is the staple crop of this region. Apart from rice, there is jute production that is taking place, sugarcane production that is also taking place, sugarcane. And then we have wheat, barley, pulses, oil seed, millets. We go for horticultural crops, vegetables. We go for animal husbandry, animal husbandry, and not only this, this area is also known for plantation agriculture in the highlands. So if you see the foothills of Himalaya, you'll find plantation agriculture. Western Ghats will find plantation agriculture that include tea, coffee, rubber, cinchona, that include spices and condiments, okay, and so on and so forth, areca nut, so cashew. So these are all are going to be the plantation agriculture. But do remember, the major crop is rice. Almost 50% janta of this area is depending over rice, and rice is so plentiful in this region that GB Cressy rightly said that rice is requiring plenty of heat, plenty of water, plenty of labor for production of plenty of rice for plenty of people, and it provide plenty of food for them. No other crop is so plentiful as the rice is. So rice production, this is the hinterland of rice production. Okay, so this is all about the, what you can say, description of monsoon climate. Next one is basically to understand the climate. We can understand this graph. Let me show this picture. Here it is equator, and this is eastern margin, and here it is western margin of the continent. Fine. And these climatic conditions are developed over the continents. Fine. Eastern margin, you know, this is going to be the equatorial region. Fine. And this is what? Tropical region, temperate region, and then polar region. Tropical, temperate, and polar. Is it okay? So here it is equatorial, then tropical, here also tropical, then we have temperate, then we have temperate over here, and then there is polar or frigid. This is also polar. These are the zonation. Now there is no variation in equator. Throughout the globe you happen to have same kind of climate over there. But yes, when you are in the tropical, temperate as well as polar region, we have three division, and the division is like there is eastern margin climate, and there is western margin climate. So this area is what? Eastern margin, and here this area is of western margin. और ये जो बीच में है बच्चे ना, इसको कहते हैं कॉन्टिनेंटल. Continental. This is also continental. 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 ईस्टर्न मार्जिन, अब हमें यह देखना होता है कि कौन सी विंड इसको अफेक्ट कर रही है बच्चे. अगर आप ट्रॉपिक्स में हो, सो देयर विल बी ट्रेड विंड्स. द ट्रेड विंड्स आर at eastern margin, it is onshore wind. And what about trade wind in this region? The trade wind happen to be offshore wind. So the wind is away from the shore. So this area is under trade wind. Okay. Now what happened? Eastern margin, trade wind is onshore. So obviously it will bring the moisture to the eastern margin. And here it is offshore, so obviously it will not bring the moisture towards the land. So eastern margin is going to be wet relative to western margin. तो यहाँ पे बारिश हो रही होती है. ठीक है, कौन कर रहा है बच्चे? ट्रेड विंड. ठीक वैसे ही यहाँ क्या होता है बच्चे? In this area you will find prevalence of westerlies. Westerlies are moving like this. And you will find the westerlies are onshore in temperate region at western margin, but offshore in eastern margin. Okay, but you will find there is a shifting of pressure belt also. That's why you will find that the eastern margin, this area in temperate region also get rainfall. So I'm coming on that. one by one we will understand. So we have to understand this westerlies. Here also the westerlies are moving like this, and here it is going to be offshore. So हमें देखना होगा कहाँ offshore है, कहाँ onshore है. और continental क्या होंगे बच्चे? Continentality effect. अगर wind जा भी रही है तो moisture वहां तक जाते जाते कम हो जाता है. So you'll find less rainfall in the mid, less rain. Okay, more rain at eastern margin. It depends which kind of wind is there. So if it is onshore, so obviously more wind. If it is offshore, so there will be less, what you can say, rainfall. So it depends upon the rainfall. So what to understand? There is eastern margin and western margin and continental. These three division will be there. In equator, it is not like that, but yes, as we move beyond 10 degree, then we have this continentality effect. So you will find, apart from equatorial region, you will find continental climate. So let's begin the continental climate of equatorial or tropical region, which is also called as tropical grassland, or that is also called as savanna. So the third climate is tropical grassland, and that is also called as savanna climate. Okay, so this tropical grassland, and yes, it is also called as Sudan type climate, because it is well developed in the country of Africa, Sudan. Fine. So earlier when both Sudan were together, तो इसे Sudan type climate कहा जाता है. So let's find out where this climate is. This climate is in the continent. So we have to find out the continent first, and then we will decide. Tropical grassland. Within the tropics, but interior of continents. So it is well developed in Sudan. So let me show the Sudan type climate. Starting from here, south to Sahara and north to this what you can say equatorial climate. The continental effect, continentality is going to play a role. So this is our Sudan type climate. Characterized by less rainfall. So you will find more rainfall in equatorial region. Eastern margin you have rainfall, but here you will find less rainfall. Likewise, you will find this climate over here, and this climate in the mid of the continent. Fine. And then you will find this climate over here. Fine. This is called as savanna, Sudan type climate. Here it is called as Sudan type. Sudan type, or in Africa it is called as savanna. In Brazil, it has a name that is called as Campos. Campos. In Venezuela, it is called as Llanos. Llanos, Campos, Savanna. And in Australia, there is tropical grassland over here. So this is what tropical grassland, that is savanna. You will find this tropical grassland in India also, specifically in the central India. This area is going to have tropical grassland. Fine. So this tropical grassland is developed over India, and because it is not well developed in eastern part of what you can say land mass, because of narrow continent and continentality effect is not seen, that's why it is limited over there. So this climate is called as Sudan type because it is well developed in Sudan. Further, in Africa, the characteristic of vegetation is that you will find elephant grasses over here. Elephant grasses. Apart from elephant grasses of the height 10 feet to 15 feet, and they are lush green at the time of rainy season, and apart from it you will find small tree giving it a kind of what you can say parkland appearance. It looks like parkland, or you can say bushveld appearance. Okay, bushveld appearance in Africa, in southern part of Africa, it is also called as bushveld appearance. Bushveld, high bushveld is high veld is what temperate grassland, but this is what bushveld, that is called as tropical grassland. Fine. Elephant grasses, a small tree, and you will find a lot of animal diversity over here. Animal diversity. And due to this animal diversity, people are coming over there in European, what you can say, colonial period. Europeans came over here for what you can say hunting purpose, and hunting is called as big game. It's not a game for kids, it's a game for man, Hannah, and women also. So that's why hunting was termed as big game, and hence this area is also called as big game country. Big game country. Okay, big game country. Big game country. Fine. Sudan type of climate. You will find there is what you can say 50 to 100 centimeter of average rainfall. 50 to 100 centimeter of average rainfall. And as you move towards west, rainfall decreases. Rainfall decreases. And this bushveld vegetation in terminal position towards west is merged with xerophytic vegetation that we call deserts. So जैसे जैसे हम वेस्ट की ओर जाते हैं, क्या होता है बच्चे, ये बुशवेल्ड जो पार्कलैंड वेजिटेशन है, scattered tree with grasses is turning into thorny vegetation as xerophytic vegetation. Fine. Further, it is called as big game country. That is true because यहाँ से बड़े जो कार्निवोर्स हैं उनको पकड़ के लोग सर्कस के लिए या जू के लिए ले जाते थे, प्लस यहाँ पे हंटिंग भी होती थी. That's why it was termed as big game country. And you will find a distinct dry and wet season, and wet season occurs because of the trade wind blowing onshore. This is what the zone of trade wind. You will find that trade winds are blowing like this. So trade wind is bringing rainfall to this region. Trade winds. Fine. So there is distinct wet and dry season, and dry season in summer and wet season after summer. But yes, once you are moving towards western margin, the amount of rainfall is going to decrease. You will find the trees over here, and the trees are having swollen stem like baobab tree, baobab, like bottle tree. Okay, there is baobab, and you will find bottle tree over there. It has a swollen, what you can say, stem, and this swollen stem is meant for having water storage facility. Apart from it, this area is having settled agriculture, and you will find cotton growing area, coffee growing area, and oil palm area. And there are some tribes, and tribes like you will find Masai in eastern part of Africa. Let me tell you about Masai. Masai, they are in part of eastern Africa. They are nomadic herd, nomadic, what you can say, pastoralist, and they used to keep cattle, and the cattle is what? Jebu. So this Jebu, they uses this Jebu for what you can say, milk and blood. They are not going to kill their Jebu. Okay, they just puncture the neck and they get fresh blood. And whenever you are the guest of the honor of these Masai, they provide you the fresh blood as a delicacy. Fresh blood. This is the highest of all food they consider. जैसे आपके यहाँ शाही पनीर है ना, कुछ वैसा टाइप का कि जब बड़े मेहमान आए तो उनके लिए, तो एक बार आपको गेस्ट बनना चाहिए. So this is what Jebu, but they are not going to kill them. But once this Jebu is dead through natural death, so they respect the body and they eat it, and they serve it in their, what you can say, relative. So इस तरह के कल्चर वहाँ आपको मिलेंगे बच्चे. Apart from it, you will find Hausa tribe, which is settled in northern Nigeria. They are settled cultivars. Hausa. Next tribe is Hausa. They are settled in northern Nigeria. They are settled cultivars. Settled cultivars. Okay, settled farmers. So they used to grow, what you can say, like this plantation crop, cane sugar, coffee, oil palm, etc. Then there is Kikuyu in Kenya. Next tribe is Kikuyu of Kenya. They are also the settled farmers, and they grow banana. They go for plantation agriculture, banana. They grow sugarcane. They grow sugarcane, banana, millets, nuts, and nuts. Hausa. These are the, Kikuyu of Kenya. These are the tribe in this area. So you'll find this area is also having what you can say, subsistence type of farming, and it is famous for the animal biodiversity of this region. Next one is what? Desert climate. So tropical desert. Tropical desert. So tropical desert, and this is what you can say, tropical western margin climate. Tropical western margin climate. Western margin climate. Because of continentality effect, trade winds are not able to give rainfall to the western margin, and hence you will find desertification over there. So deserts are developed. I'm talking about hot deserts. They are developed over here at the western margin. At the western margin of the continent. You will find scanty rainfall. And this scanty rainfall is because of, mainly because of a few reasons. And I'm going to tell you that reason over here. So tropical desert or western margin, tropical western margin climate. So this is equator. Here it is Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. So this western margin climate developed in tropical and subtropical region. Tropical and subtropical region between, let's say, 15 to 35 north, south. Sometime it is referred 20 to 40 north and south. Fine. So in the surrounding area, in subtropical high pressure belt, and this is the area of what this kind of climate in both the hemisphere. This is the area you will find deserts. Like here you will find Sahara, Arabian Desert, Iranian Desert, and our Thar Desert over here, and the entire western margin of Australia is having desert. Fine. So you'll find this hot desert over here. These are the hot desert. Hot desert. And it is due to continentality effect. It is due to what you can say subtropical high pressure belt. There is sinking of air. And the third one is cold ocean current, reducing the rainfall. And yes, because of orographic barrier also, orographic barrier, that is also going to play a pivotal role over here. So these are the four important reasons, and this is why the annual rainfall is less than 25 centimeter. 25 centimeter is the annual rainfall. Specifically in Atacama Desert, this is Atacama. This rainfall is even less, and it is what, just 5 centimeter annual rainfall, because this Andes mountain acts as orographic barrier. Here you will find Sahara Desert. Sahara, there is Namib and Kalahari Desert. Here it is Namib. This is your Arabian Desert. I should write over here Arabian Desert, Iranian Desert, and here it is Indian Desert. You will find Australian Desert over here. Australian Desert. Fine. And this is what Sonoran, Californian, Mexican, so many names are there. Sonoran Desert, Californian. desert, Mexican desert. These are the hot desert, and these hot deserts are there in the tropical region. But yes, there are continentality effect in subtropical region, and that is what called as cold desert. For example, let me explain this cold desert. You'll find this Patagonia desert in the southern hemisphere, an example of cold desert. And in this area also, you will find cold desert over here. You'll find Gobi as a cold desert, Takla Makan, cold desert. These are the example of what? Cold desert. Fine. So, cold desert as well as hot desert. Hot desert in the tropical region and cold desert in a little bit what you can say temperate region also. So, you'll find Gobi over here, Gobi, Takla Makan. We have Takla Makan. Okay. So in this region, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan area, you will find desert area over there. Fine. That is called as Turkanian desert. Turkanian desert. Okay. So this is what Turkanian desert. That is also an example of cold desert. Here it is Patagonia. Patagonia desert. That is an example of cold desert. Is it okay? So, what is the characteristic feature of this cold desert? In cold desert, you happen to have very less rainfall because of continentality effect. And that's why you will find less water availability. Hence, you are going to have thorny vegetation, which we call technically xerophytes. And xerophytes has adaptation to live over there. And apart from it, this area is also referred as area of everlasting difficulties. So, the what you can say most disastrous climate in terms of life, sustaining the life is over here. And you will find certain tribes, like the names are, you should remember the names, like you will find Bushman in Kalahari and Bindibu in Australia. Let me explain Bushman of Kalahari. So we have Bushman of Kalahari desert, and there is Bindibu of Australia. These Bindibu of Australia and Bushmen of Kalahari, they are living in an area which is having scanty rainfall. So you will find that Bindibu are collecting water in a ostrich shell at night, and they meet their drinking water requirement from here. They are also known for boomerang. They used to use this for hunting, and they are also having a pet wild dog. They keep them for hunting purpose. They are called as dingo. Okay. So boomerang, dingo, ostrich, what you can say shell में वो पानी इकट्ठा करते हैं, and they are basically nomadic, what you can say pastoralist. वो इधर उधर घूमते रहते हैं. Apart from it, you will find Tuareg in Sahara and Bedouin in Arab. Tuaregs of Sahara, Bedouins of Arab, and Mongols of Gobi. They are also nomadic herders. This Bushman and Bindibu, they are hunters and gatherers. but these are what? Nomadic, pastoralist. Okay, Tuaregs. Then we have Mongol Bedouins. Okay, you'll find some mineral deposit like in Atacama region. This area is known for its nitrate deposit. It is also known for its silver deposit. So mineral deposits are also there. But the thing is, the area is known for everlasting difficulty, region of everlasting difficulties. Okay, so this is all about the desert climate. Next one is Mediterranean climate. Mediterranean climate. Now we are exceeding beyond 20 degree. So ट्रॉपिक से बाहर चलना है. मेडिटेरेनियन क्लाइमेट हमें दिखेंगे कहाँ? वेस्टर्न मार्जिन पे और 30 to 45 north and south. So Mediterranean climate, they are also called as maritime western margin climate. Okay, they are called as maritime western margin climate. Maritime western margin. Maritime western margin. Let me explain this. Some technical thing has to be understood. So maritime western margin, and it is why it is called as Mediterranean climate, because it is well developed in Mediterranean region. In Mediterranean region, it is well developed. So let me show you the area where it is going to be well developed. Fine. Where it is well developed, let me show you. So the area of Mediterranean coast, this Mediterranean countries in Europe, Mediterranean countries of Asia, and Mediterranean countries of Africa. You will find this area is going to have Mediterranean climate. Apart from it, at the same latitude, you will find in California. In California, you will find this kind of climate is well developed. Apart from it, in the central Chile, there is Mediterranean climate. And the Mediterranean climate is also developed at the Cape Town region, or you can say Cape province of South Africa. And apart from it, in Australia, it is well developed in Southwest Australia, Spencer Bay, and the Northeast Australia, Northwest Australia also. This is what West and North Australia. So this area is having a Mediterranean climate. Mediterranean climate. If you keenly observe, it is well developed between 30 to 45 degree north and south. And because of the shifting of pressure belt, you will find that it get rain from trade wind as well as westerly both. अब जैसे मान लो, for example, if there is shifting of pressure belt takes place and it shift towards south, for example, it is now at 25, what you can say, 25 and 30. So this is what 25 and 30, 25, 30 north. This is the subtropical high pressure belt. So what happened when this belt shift over 25, 30? I'm just taking the example of this area only. So what happened? This is the trade wind area. Trade wind is blowing like that. But what about westerlies? Westerlies are moving like this. So the entire area of Europe is under the influence of westerly, and westerly giving rainfall to European, what you can say, countries. And likewise, you will find this kind of variation, and westerlies are giving rainfall to this area. In which season westerly is giving rainfall to this area? What will be the time when the subtropical high pressure belt is developed over 25 to 30 north? Is it not the winter when the sun is vertical over Tropic of Capricorn? Yes. So it is what? Winter's rain. So this area is receiving winter's rainfall. Winter's rainfall is characteristic feature of this Mediterranean climate. Mediterranean climate is getting winter rainfall from westerlies. Fine. Everywhere you will find westerlies are giving rainfall to this area. Okay. So in this case also, if you see the westerly, when subtropical high pressure belt develops over here between 25, 30 south, 25, 30, isn't it? So what happened? The westerlies are moving like this. So these westerlies are giving rainfall to this area. Westerlies are giving rainfall to this area. And that's why and when it is over 25 to 30, when there is shifting of pressure belt towards north. Tabhi to, otherwise it is 35, 40. Okay. So winter rainfall is over here. अब यहाँ का विंटर कब होगा? जब यहाँ समर होगा, तो यहाँ पे विंटर रेनफॉल है कि नहीं? Central Chile. So this area, this Mediterranean climate is known for winter's rainfall. So you'll find winter's rainfall over there, and it is because of westerlies. But one thing is very peculiar to note over here, ki how this African Mediterranean is going to get rainfall. So this will get rainfall only this area when this subtropical high pressure belt over here. कहाँ पे बच्चे? When it is 35 to 40. In this case, 35 to 40, suppose that this is over here. So the trade wind is bringing rainfall to the Mediterranean Africa. Mediterranean Africa. So you'll find more rainfall in winter, but in African Mediterranean region, there is a rainfall in summer season also. Fine. So in the summer season, you'll find in Africa, there is rainfall. It is well developed in this area, this western part of Africa, northwestern Africa, the Mediterranean of Europe, then central Chile, California, the Cape province, and in Australia also, the Swanland, the southwestern Australia, and characterized by winter rainfall. So due to winter rainfall, there is a moderate winter and there is a moderate summer. Summer temperature is 20 to 27 degrees centigrade. Is it not the moderate summer? And what about winter? 5 to 10 degree centigrade is going to be the winter temperature, and that's why it is best kind of climate where surplus can be achieved. So this is what the climate of this region, and it is known for winter's rain. Apart from it, the amount of rainfall ranging between 40 to 75 centimeter. It's average type of rainfall and good amount of rainfall. Oh, here you can go for what you can say horticultural crop, and this area is known for orchard of the world. Orchard of the world. orchard of the world. And this orchard of the world is mainly growing citrus fruit, grapes, and that's why these are the raw material for wine industry. So wine industry is thriving over here very well. Although this area is net importer of grain, but because of the surplus industrial production, or you can say industrialization and mining industry and other thing, this area is one of the best kind of zone where you will find higher level of human development index. Okay, so do remember, and in this area the trees are not going to shed their leaves because very moderate winter and moderate summer is there, तो पत्तियों को डरना किससे है. So you will find the green forest over there, broadleaf forest over there, and they are not going to shed their leaves. Fine. And if we talk about people, so मैंने बता ही दिया, highest level of human development you can find, and wet winter and dry summer. Wet winter and dry summer is the characteristic feature of this area. But this dry summer in case of Africa, do remember, in African Mediterranean country, even in summer season, you get rainfall over there. So this is characteristic feature of this area. Next one is, अब हम लोगों ने वेस्टर्न मार्जिन देख लिया ब्रिटिश टाइप. अब यहाँ पे देख लिया तो ये पोर्शन बचता है बच्चे, इसके बाद ये पोर्शन बचता है ना. यहाँ भी यहाँ पोर्शन कुछ बचेगा ना, ध्यान से देखो, यहाँ भी कुछ बचेगा और इधर भी. दिस एरिया, फाइन. दिस इज व्हाट कॉन्टिनेंटल, टेम्परेट कॉन्टिनेंटल क्लाइमेट. टेम्परेट कॉन्टिनेंटल का मतलब रेनफॉल ऑब्वियसली कम हो जाएगा. तो चलें देखें, टेम्परेट कॉन्टिनेंटल, बीच में कॉन्टिनेंटल का पार्ट होगा ना, बिटवीन 30 to 45. सो लेट्स फाइंड आउट टेम्परेट कॉन्टिनेंटल क्लाइमेट. सो टेम्परेट कॉन्टिनेंटल क्लाइमेट, टेम्परेट continental climate. Temperate continental climate is also called as temperate grassland. Temperate grassland. Temperate grassland. ठीक है बच्चे. अब टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड कहाँ मिलेंगे बच्चे, आइए देखते हैं. इन नॉर्थ अमेरिका, this lowland of North America, you will find temperate grassland over here, well developed temperate grassland. You will find temperate grassland over South America also. So leaving the area of fine. So this is equator. Here it is Tropic of Cancer. This is Tropic of Capricorn. Now temperate grassland. So temperate grassland somewhere away from the western margin and eastern margin too. So this is going to be the temperate grassland over here, this area. Temperate grassland, isn't it? So you'll find this temperate grassland here also. Not exactly here, थोड़ा सा यहाँ करते हैं, Argentina. And this temperate grassland you will find over here. And in Australia, this temperate grassland is over here. Fine. In Central Europe, away from Mediterranean and extending up to Manchurian plain, this is called as a steppe. In Eurasia, prairies in North America. Okay, so you'll find steppes over here. In Hungary, it is called as pustaj. In Hungary and Central Europe, it is called as pustaj. In Australia, it is called as downs. In Africa, it is called as velds. Here it is called as pampas. Here it is called as prairies of North America. Okay, so these are the name of temperate grassland. You'll find less rainfall as compared to the what you can say western margin. So you happen to have 50 centimeter rainfall, almost 50 centimeter rainfall on an average. But yes, as you move towards west, amount of rainfall is decreasing. 50 centimeter rain is average, but it decreases towards east, it is 25, and towards what you can say west, it may be 75. Okay, so this kind of variation you will find in steppes. But yes, in this case, Rockies and Andes are not allowing that much rainfall. Further, prairies, temperate grassland of northern hemisphere and temperate grassland of southern hemisphere, if you compare the amount of rainfall, so obviously the temperate grassland of southern hemisphere will get more rainfall. Why? Because there is narrow continents, and that's why the maritime impact will be more profound in the southern hemisphere. Try to understand. I'm just comparing the rainfall of northern temperate grassland and southern temperate grassland. In southern temperate grassland, there will be more rainfall because of the narrowness of the continent. So you will get more rainfall in pampas, velds and downs as compared to prairies and pustaj. There are subdivision of these prairies on the very basis of amount of rainfall, subdivision of steppes on the basis of amount of rainfall, but it is not done in your GS classes. So once you have the idea of prairies, so it's okay. Fine. If you go for what you can say the kind of rainfall, so on an average it is 50 centimeter, but 75 centimeter towards western part, and in east as you move, because of the continentality, it is what, less. Is it okay? Fine. So if we talk about this grassland, it is different from savanna, as savanna is going to have parkland vegetation. Here you will find only grasses, and these grasses are smooth and lush green as well as nutritious. Nutritious grasses are going to support animal husbandry. Ranching is what? Main trade and practice of this area. Animal husbandry, dairy industry is well developed. Apart from it, these prairies or this steppes or these grassland are called as grain basket of the world. They are called as grain basket of the world. Mainly the wheat production, maize production is taking place over here. Wheat and maize production, and yes, cotton production is also over there, but this is what wheat maize belt of what you can say North America is what prairies of North America. If you come to the steppes, it is also producing wheat, barley, For sugar, they are producing sugar beets, turnips. So lot of sugar beet is going to be produced in this area and supporting animal husbandry as well as other things. So grain basket of the world. Okay, wheat and maize belt of what you can say North America. Fine. So these are the things. And now we have covered western margin, continental. Let's come to the eastern margin climate. And the next one is eastern margin climate, temperate eastern margin climate, temperate eastern margin climate. That is also called as China type climate. China type climate. So there are variation. China type climate developed in this China. There is Nanking province of China. Nanking province of China. Then we call it Gulf type climate. Gulf type climate in what you can say Mexico, Gulf of Mexico in North America. And then we have Natal type climate. Natal type climate. Okay. Gulf type climate, Natal type climate, and China type climate, the temperate eastern margin climate. Okay, this temperate eastern margin climate basically develops between 30° to 40° north and south along the eastern margin. Eastern margin. Okay, so if you see China type climate, let me show you the China type climate where it is developed. This is Eurasia and here it is Kamchatka. So this China type climate is well developed over here. This is China type climate. And this China type climate is also there in southern part of Japan, in North Korea. So this China type climate is well developed over here. Gulf type climate, if you say the Gulf type climate, that means let's come to the Gulf of Mexico region, Florida. So this Gulf type climate, this entire Florida area and the USA, this area is going to have Gulf type climate. Gulf type climate, Gulf of Mexico. This is Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico. And you will find summer rainfall. Summer rainfall. Fine. Why there is summer rainfall? Because of heating effect. The heating of continent takes place, and likewise you will find Natal type climate also. Let me show you the Natal type climate. It is in eastern Australia, in northern Argentina and Paraguay, Parana and Uruguay basin. So let me show you this Natal type climate. Natal type climate. First, you are in South America. So this is the South America. You'll find Natal type climate developing over here. And at the same, what you can say, latitude in Africa also, you'll find this area is having this Natal type climate. And in Australia, this Natal type climate is developed. Over here, eastern margin, and that too eastern margin, and you'll find this Natal type climate developing over here. So this is what Natal type climate. So Natal type climate, and here Gulf type climate, China type climate. So this area is going to be what also called as temperate monsoon climate. It is also called as temperate monsoon climate. Temperate monsoon climate. And there is a summer rainfall, summer rain, and because of convectional heating, you'll find this summer rainfall over here. Convectional heating. So due to convectional heating, you will find summer rainfall over there. And yes, huge amount of rainfall takes place. Huge means on an average, you'll find 75 to 150 centimeter rainfall. 75 to 150 centimeter rainfall. This is what good amount of rainfall. And due to that, this area is producing rice, sugarcane. The area is known for what you can say corn and cotton belt. So this area is called as corn and cotton belt of North America. Let me show you corn and cotton belt. Here you are producing a lot of rice, sugar cane. आप इधर आ जाइए, sugar cane produce करते हैं. Sugar cane. This is area of sugar cane. This area is also known for sugar cane production. Okay. So maize production, sugar cane production, dairy industry. So this area is also well developed in terms of agriculture. So this is the temperate eastern margin climate, China type climate developed in China, Gulf type climate, Gulf of Mexico, Natal type climate in the southern hemisphere near Paraguay, Parana, Uruguay basin. You will find near eastern part of what you can say Africa, the South Africa basically, and you will find it in Australia also. So this is what temperate eastern margin climate. Next is cool temperate western margin climate. Next one is cool temperate western margin. Cool temperate western margin. Western margin climate. This is also called as British type climate. British type climate, and it is well developed in United Kingdom and the Western Europe, and that's why it is also called as Western European climate. West European climate. West European climate. Again, this area is falling. If you talk about the latitudinal extent, 45 to 60 degree north, 45 to 60 degree north as well as south. So this cool temperate western margin or British type climate or West European climate is developing in this region at western margin. Okay. So if you see, this area is having moderate summer and as well as moderate winter. Although this winter should not be moderate at this latitude, but it become moderate because of the warm ocean current bringing rainfall in the chilling winter. Warm ocean current like North Atlantic drift, North Pacific drift is bringing rainfall to this area in the winter. Apart from it, this area is also having temperate cyclone, and due to temperate cyclone, there is winter rainfall. So in the winter, there is a rainfall, and in the summer also, there is a rainfall that is taking place. So it is under the influence of westerlies, and you will find temperate cyclone developing over there. Where this climate is going to be well developed. So let me show you the map. Here it is North America. Here it is, South America. It's not proper. Then we have Africa. Scandinavia. Cool temperate British type climate. Fine. This is going from here. It's not symmetrical, so don't take it wrong. Okay, let me show you the British type climate. This British type climate is well developed in this United Kingdom, the British Isles, the Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Belgium, France. These are the area. And yes, obviously there is Iceland. So this area is having British type climate, and the same latitude at western margin you have British Columbia in North America, southern Chile in the North America, but अफ्रीका में उस एरिया में लैंड मास नहीं है बच्चे. हाँ, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जब आप जाते हैं तो दिस इज व्हाट द एरिया वेयर यू विल फाइंड this type of climate, and in New Zealand also. New Zealand नहीं दिखा पा रहा हूँ यहाँ पे कुछ. Let me show you here. So in New Zealand you will find this British type climate, and this British type climate is characterized by what you can say mild winter due to North Atlantic drift, due to westerlies, due to, here you will find North Atlantic drift. As I told you, North Atlantic drift, Irminger, Norwegian, Rannel current. This is what North Pacific drift. Here there is Alaska current. Okay, so these are the reason. उसके बाद इधर से बच्चे, this is warm current, and here also there is East Australian current, that is warm current bringing warm water to this area. So mild winter is characteristic feature, and there is a winter rainfall. Okay, winter rainfall, as well as you will find temperate cyclone developing over here, and this area is having 4 distinct seasons: winter, spring, summer and autumn. Winter, then spring, summer and autumn. So 4 distinct seasons are there. Apart from it, you will find there is shedding of leaf. The deciduous trees are there, deciduous tree, but when they shed their leaves, shedding of leaves just before the advent of winter, in order to save themselves from the harsh winter, they are shedding their leaves. So once harsh winter come over there, then it become moderate because of these North Atlantic drift, as well as temperate cyclone. So this area is known for what you can say rainfall. Throughout the year there is a rainfall, but more rainfall in winter season. So rainfall occurs rainfall throughout the year. Okay, so there is a wet winter and wet summer also, but more in winter, क्योंकि winter में एक तो आ जाते हैं ये warm ocean current, and in winter temperate cyclone are going to be stronger. And this area is known for its special kind of farming that is called as truck farming. So truck farming, horticultural crop or market oriented farming is going on. Why the name has been given truck farming? क्योंकि रोज इनके ट्रक्स इनके फार्मलैंड में खड़ी होती हैं जो कि पेरिशेबल गुड्स को लेकर के चली जाती हैं. And this area is having what you can say best kind of trees and timber. That's why commercial timber of greater values are found over there, like oak, elm, birch, okay, willow, poplar. These are the tree which is over there, and these tree are going to fit for the furniture industry, wood carving industry. So it is well developed over here. So and when I discussed about this ocean current, at that very time I also discussed about this topic. So next one is Siberian type of climate or cool temperate continental. So इसके आगे जब चलोगे तो continental हो गया. So now there is cool temperate continental. Cool temperate continental. Cool temperate continental climate. Cool temperate continental climate, it is well developed in northern hemisphere, and at that very latitude there is no land in southern hemisphere, so it is absent in southern hemisphere. First thing to note, between 45 to 70 degree north, it is going to be developed in the mid of the continent. Fine. And this area is having very long winter and short summer. Long winter and short summer. Long winter and short summer. Short summer, and you will find that the northern part of Canada, USA and Siberia, that is what eastern part of Russia is going to have this kind of climate, and it is also called as winter pole of the earth. It is also called as winter north pole of earth, because the coldest place is what? Verkhoyansk, which is in the eastern part of Siberia, recorded over here. The lowest temperature recorded over here. If we talk about rainfall, so 40 centimeter to 50 centimeter rainfall that takes place, and the vegetation is coniferous forest. Coniferous forest, and this coniferous forest is known for its soft wood. So you will find paper and pulp industry, matchbox industry, sports good industry, as well as wood carving industry are well developed. Cedrus, spruce, pine, araucaria, these all are the characteristics, what you can say, leading vegetation of this area. If we talk about the people, so very sparsely populated people are there, and mostly they are either engaged in wood or lumbering, or you can say animal herding, as well as fishing also. So you will find Samoyed over here in Siberia, Yakut in Canada. These are the tribes. Samoyed, you will find Samoyed in tundra also, Samoyed in Siberia, and Yakuts in Canada. Again, most of the area is no man's land. Let's come to the eastern margin, and that is what? Temperate eastern margin climate, or that is also called as Laurentian climate. Temperate eastern margin climate. So you can understand this area. I'm just showing it on this map. So this is what going to be the area of Siberia. Okay. So leaving the polar region, this area is what Siberia, and same you will find over here. Okay. So this is what Siberia, and it is absent in the southern hemisphere. And then eastern margin. This is going to be the eastern margin climate. Try to see this eastern margin or Laurentian climate. You'll find over here Laurentian climate, well developed on Laurentian, what you can say, peninsula, and again it is absent in the southern hemisphere. So Laurentian type of climate that is developed mainly in eastern Canada, northeastern USA, Newfoundland. Apart from it, it is well developed in eastern Siberia, northern China, Manchuria, northeastern Manchuria. So these are well developed. Okay. So you'll find dry and cool, what you can say, winter, and hot and humid summer. So you'll find rainfall over there, and this rainfall in summer season is because of what you can say, the wind coming from the ocean, because this land is having high temperature. So ocean where there is the land is going to have, yes, high temperature and low pressure, and ocean is going to have high pressure. So there is a wind which is blowing from ocean and bringing rainfall to this area, and good amount of rainfall you will get over here. Fine. This area is having meeting of ocean currents, so you'll find a good kind of fishing zone over there. That's why fishing is main, what you can say, trade and practice over there. And in winter, the temperature is what? Low, and the temperature goes below 10 degrees centigrade. In the summer, the temperature is 21 to 25 degrees centigrade. And then there is Arctic. इसके आगे जो है बच्चे up to pole, there is Arctic, and the Arctic is characterized by very low temperature. Temperature of winter may reach up to minus 35 degrees centigrade. And there is one month is what hottest month is June, when the temperature, not entire June, but someday it may reach up to 10 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, very low temperature is there, and the precipitation in form of snowfall. And this area is going to have vegetation like lichens and mosses are there. These are the types of vegetation over there. And again, Samoyeds, Lapps, Eskimos, these are the, what you can say, tribes living over there. So again, it is no man's land and harsh climate. And this is all about the world climate. A small topic of Köppen's classification is there. Let me explain it to you. So this person, Köppen, he was basically a Russian, German, what you can say, environmentalist, and he was actually a botanist, but he started liking environment, and hence he gave his classification. His classification is based on vegetation cover. So because he was an environmentalist and apart from it he was a botanist, so he can understand the kind of adaptation in the vegetation, and this adaptation is attributed to the rainfall, amount of rainfall, amount of what you can say, temperature is going to decide vegetation. So on the very basis, Köppen recognized 5 major climatic groups. 4 of them are based on temperature and 1 on precipitation. Basically, one more group was there, and that is represented by H. H is something which is going to have mix of all. H is something which talks about the altitude. Okay, so it was A, C, D and E. Inco, they are called as humid climate, and B is called as dry climate. So he gave this B for dry climate. The climatic groups are subdivided into various types and designated by a small letter based on seasonality of precipitation and temperature characteristics. The seasons of dryness are indicated by the small letter F, M, W and S, where F is no dry season. So F is the climate where there is no dry season. There is no dry season. That means all wet. Fine. M representing monsoon. W representing winter dry season. That means winter is dry. Fine. And S represents summer dry season. Summer is dry. Okay. These are the small letters. The above mentioned major climatic type are further subdivided depending upon the seasonal distribution of rainfall, or degree of dryness or coldness. For example, small a represent hot summer, the average temperature of the warmest month over 22 degrees centigrade. C represent cool summer, the average temperature of the warmest month under 22 degrees centigrade. So do remember this 22. One is what? One is what? Warmest month. Yes. Hot summer, warmest month is going to have more than 22 degrees centigrade temperature, and cool summer when the average temperature is less than 22. F that represent no dry season. W the dry season in winter. S the dry season in summer. G Ganges type of annual march of temperature. Hottest month comes before the solstice and the summer rainy season. This is for India. Fine. And H average annual temperature under 18 degree centigrade. M represent monsoon, that is short dry season, and the capital letter S and W are implied to designate the two subdivision of dry climate, and that is what? Semi-arid are steppe and arid are desert. Fine. So this is what the base of classification, and on the very basis the India has been divided. So if you see this combination of the words, you will find that E type is what? Something which is polar type climate, where you will find less rainfall, not so much of less rainfall because of the orographic rainfall. This area is having good amount of rainfall, but temperature remains down. That's why E type climate. Here you will find cold, humid winter with short summer and massive rainfall area. And again, this is what? Monsoon type dry winter climate. This area is what? Central part of India, Ganges as well as east to Aravalli, you will find this climate. And if you go for west to Aravalli, this Thar desert, this is what? Hot desert. And in between the Punjab, Haryana and Sri Ganganagar area is what? Steppe type of climate. So you will find temperate grassland. Apart from it, in South India, once you are watching this area of say Odisha, Chhattisgarh, eastern part of Madhya Pradesh, eastern part of Maharashtra, and the Telangana, and this entire southwestern Maharashtra, this area is going to be called as tropical savanna type. You will find tropical grassland. So tropical grassland. Eastern margin is going to have deciduous forest without any doubt, but as you move towards west, you will find tropical grassland. Again, here you see the Western Ghats. No? Leaving the Western Ghats, if you are leaving this Western Ghats, this is what I should show in some other color. This is what? Western Ghats, and here it is Nilgiri. Okay. So if you are leaving the western slope of Western Ghat and eastern slope of Eastern Ghat, rest is going to be tropical savanna. But yes, here you will find what you can say, the Western Ghats are having rainforest, and in Eastern Ghat also you will find wet deciduous rainforest, and as you move towards west you will find dry deciduous forest, and ultimately you will find the grassland, and it is merged with the thorny forest or thorny vegetation. Again, you will see the monsoon type short dry season. You will find this monsoon with dry season in summer. So these are the classification, or you can say climatic region according to Köppen's scheme in India. So do take care of this, and again merge this map with the amount of rainfall. Amount of rainfall I discussed while I discuss the mechanism of Indian monsoon, and I have given this amount of rainfall from 350 centimeter to 200 centimeter along the western slope of Western Ghat, while here you will find 40 centimeter rainfall because of the rain shadow zone. Likewise, eastern slope of Eastern Ghat or East Coastal Plain is going to have 100 to 150 centimeter rainfall, but this area is going to have less rainfall of say 40 centimeter. Likewise, you will find massive rainfall in this area, and that is ranging more than 200 centimeter over here. As you move towards west, you will find amount of rainfall is decreasing, and by Delhi you are going to have just 80 centimeter rainfall. East to Arauli 60 centimeter rainfall. As you move towards east, you will find 80 centimeter to 100 centimeter in Upper Ganga Plain, 100 to 120 in Middle Ganga Plain, 120 to 150 centimeter in Lower Ganga Plain. Again, this central part of India, leaving the Narmada and Tapti Valley, as well as the Amarkantak Plateau and Dhupgarh area, the valley is going to have good amount of rainfall, but yes, this area of Malwa, Bundelkhand, Baghelkhand is not going to get massive rainfall, and it depends upon winter's rainfall. So these things you can correlate with the previous what you can say lecture, and this way you can understand the amount of rainfall in India. So this is your climatic zone in the world as well as climate of India along with rainfall distribution. Thank you very much.